Hello and welcome. So today in the series of how to bring up stable, strong and compassionate children, today I am going to talk about the art of active listening and clear communication. And the effect that it can have on the child if you are not listening can be a very big disappointment, and it can lead to a lot of doubt in the mind of the child that is he worth it or not, is he good enough or not, because if he was good enough his parents would be listening to him or her attentively. So it also sends a clear message that their words don't matter. Whatever they are saying, it doesn't matter, it is not important. But for a child, whatever is in the mind will be very, very important. It will be a question of, kind of life and death situation, literally. That much of importance the child gives to whatever he wants to say. But if you are listening actively, then the child will feel, yes, my parents are invested, and it also opens up your relationship with the child because it builds trust. The child will start trusting you. The child will start using you as a soundboard. They will feel heard and understood. Then they will also have a very good self-image about themselves, that yes, I am important enough, I am, I matter, and I am heard, and here is a person who can listen to me. And so they will be encouraged to share their feelings and emotions with you, and that is what you want, because if the children do not share, then it is a sign of dangerous things to come. And if they are sharing, you are enabling them to be open to your guidance and suggestions in future when they really need it. So, how to listen actively? See, the first thing is that you have to give full attention to the child. At that time, you cannot be using a mobile phone or talking to somebody or scrolling or doing your cooking or working on the laptop or having a meeting with somebody, and then the child is trying to speak, and then you say, okay, you listen 2 bits, and then you start doing something else, and then he try to tug you. So that doesn't say very highly of the active listening skill of yours. The second thing is you have to have eye contact. You fit the child in your lap or in front of you, or maybe sit in the chair opposite you, next to you on a sofa or a bed, and then talk to them, listen to them with eye contact and physical contact also if possible. And then you have to use non-verbal cues to show your interest, show your that you are present in the communication. You can smile, you can nod, and you can even lean in when they are talking something very interesting. So this is something which can show your interest, and it will bind you and the child together, and that binding will be very good for the child's confidence, child's opening up with you, and then you will have a kind of a hold over the child, and you will have a kind of a umbilical cord with the child, so that whenever there is an issue, the child will feel free to come to you and share it with you, and share it with you in a safe space without feeling criticized or afraid. So that is how it should be. And then if you start developing this from the childhood, when the children grow up, especially in their pre-teens and the teens, that is the ultimate test of your connection with the child. If a teenager comes and shares the things, awkward things, disturbing things with the parents, then yes, you have succeeded to have an active communication skills. Another thing is you should avoid interruption. You know, the child is talking, maybe talking very fluently, very fast, very, in a manner which he wants to complete. So then you don't have to interrupt in between and let them have their say, let them finish. And when you are having small children or when they are growing up, that is a problem, because at that time they are not able to first of all express themselves properly, and second thing is they are not able to even understand complicated words and complicated sentences. So at that time you have to use a very clear and simple language, and you can use age appropriate language, and then you have to speak in short simple sentences. Use visuals wherever possible. You maybe show them a photograph or a depiction or something, and then you can try and explain, and encourage asking questions. Encourage them to answer questions and help them to express themselves. The more you help them to express, the more they will be able to gain confidence. So, in today's world of very heavy work pressure, time shortage, nuclear families, when the children are not having a parent full time, nuclear families where the grandparents are not there, uncle, aunts are not there. In small income families, there may not be a help, permanent help. So the children, they get dumped into the school, and then the parents go for work, and then they come home, and then somehow the day goes by. So it is very, very important that you establish a kind of a open communication with the child, develop faith and trust of you in them, so that they can feel confident enough when the time comes for them to go through the emotional turmoil or hormonal changes, or they get exposed to all the vices of the world, and then there are people who tempt them and they get into some kind of a conflict with their values and ethics. They can come to you for advice. So active listening and open communication with the children is very, very important, and please use it to connect with your child, which in some future date will safeguard him or her from harm, because he or she will be able to come and talk to you whatever is disturbing to her. Take care and have a good day. Happy parenting.